Well, we've heard so much about brake safety lately with the recent Prius brake recall. So how do you know if your brakes aren't working properly? Our automan, Brian Bowersock, joins us once again. Brian, good to see you, my friend.
Good to be here again.
Okay, let's talk about the news of the week first, the
Absolutely.
Prius brake recall. What's that about? What should people know?
Prius brake recall is not actually a hardware, it's what we call a software recall. And the problem that they're having is they have kind of a glitch in the software for the ABS. And on certain road situations, the ABS thinks that actually a wheel's locking up and it's allowing the system to relieve pressure. It comes right back again, but obviously it's an uncomfortable feeling for the driver. They've written a new software that needs to be installed in for the ABS module, and that will actually take care of that problem on that
So
vehicle.
you bring it in and it's just a computer fix?
Correct.
Nothing technical is
Basically, with the factory scanners, they do a download and they update the software for the ABS, and it changes the perimeters, and there you go.
And because that's a hybrid, a lot of things about the car are different. Are brakes different as well?
Brakes aren't really different on a hybrid car. They're pretty much the same. One thing on a hybrid that helps save the life of brakes, though, is the decel on the motor with the electric motor actually slows down the car. So you get extended brake life on them. But as far as mechanically, the brakes are pretty much the same. Okay,
And now let's talk more about brakes in general for all different car owners. How do you know when they're not working? What are the telltale signs?
Well, there's all kinds of signs that you get. Noises, a growling, a squeak from the brakes, a softer, spongy pedal, a wheel that locks up when you step on the brakes. That's not a normal thing. Things like that are just out of the ordinary that you start to feel. If you think something's going on, it's a good time to have them looked at.
Okay, and then you have them looked at, and then you can get different kinds of brakes if you got to get them replaced. There's different price ranges, you say.
Absolutely.
The cheaper, like most things in life, doesn't always end you with something better. We got two
Correct.
examples right here. Right?
We got two examples for the same car. One pad that you're holding up there is a lower quality pad. They wear quicker, they're harder. As you can see, it's already chipping. It's never been on a vehicle. They tend to come apart.
Coming apart in my fingers.
Yeah,
right
exactly.
Here. Not a good sign.
Not a good sign.
Yeah.
And then we have another brake pad here that is for the same type of vehicle, but OEM quality, which means it's original equipment quality, just like when you bought your car. These pads are going to cost you more. They last longer. Braking quality's better. I'd feel a lot safer putting my family in a car with those on it.
How much more, though?
Prices can vary. Usually when you see the low brake prices that are advertised, they're using the low-end quality parts, and that's why prices vary so much.
It's a good range.
$50 to $100 difference, easily.
Okay. Between those two?
Between the two.
And what should be a good price for a brake that we should look for?
Depending on the vehicle, obviously, but most brakes with resurfacing rotors, things like that, are going to run you $225 to $240 in there with parts and labor, replace them per axle.
Okay, and when they're measuring brakes, this is also something to look out for. We've got a measurer over here as well.
One thing that we see a lot is brakes actually get, somebody's told you have 10% left or 15. Not a real good way to measure them. We actually measure brakes in millimeters. That way we know exactly how much is left. So we may be talking about 3 millimeters or 4 millimeters too. When you get down between around 3 millimeters, it's really time to start thinking about replacing the brake pads on the vehicle.
Excellent. And real quickly, anything else important over here?
No, we just have examples here. Cracked brake shoes, obviously when they're worn out need to be replaced. They do start to unbond. And just rotors, when they're undersized, they need to be replaced for safety.
And as always, if you need help, go see Brian at Escondido
Absolutely.
Auto. Great to see you.
Glad
And if
to
you
be
have a
here.
question for Brian, you can drop him an email. Just go to our website. The link is, of course, sandiego6.com, and click on Hot Topics right after today's show. Well.